Hello students, welcome to Agricultural Development Trust, Sharda Bai Pawar, Mahila Arts Commerce Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. I am Professor Poonam Mishra, brought for you the subject Secretarial Practice, in which we are learning chapter number 6, Directors and Key Managerial Personnel of a Company. So in this chapter, students, we will learn the duties, power and provision for appointment of director, and key managerial personnel means the management member of a company who are the top management employees who manage the affairs of the company, for which I will show you a flow chart in which you can understand the importance of management and how the management works flows on. Hierarchy means the chain of company management. Students, you can see that the shareholder on the top box, shareholder is written because all the decisions is taken in front of shareholder in the annual general meeting or the meeting and which is proposed by the directors, and shareholder are the co-owner of the company because they invest the money into the company and for which they are the co-owner, and all the decision will be approved by the shareholder. So ultimately the shareholder will direct to the board of director, and board of director will direct means will command or give the orders or give the approval to managing director, that is chief executive officer, and the managing director will divide the task among the various managers, and the managers are CFO, COO, CLO, CTO, CMO or CS, means chief executive officer, chief financial officer, chief operating officer, chief law officer, chief technology officer, chief marketing officer, and CS is a company secretary. So all this personnel means the employee has to follow the direction given by the managing director, that is CEO, and the CEO will accept the order from the board of director, and board of director will take the decision, will approved from the shareholder of the company. Now students, let's see who is the director first. So students, meaning as per the subsection 34, section 2, subsection 34 of the Act, means the Companies Act, director means a director appointed to the board of the company, means a person who will be joined or who will attach to the group of director or in the management group of the company, which is decided by the board of the company. Simply speaking, director is a person appointed to manage, direct and supervise the affair of a company. Affairs means daily task. Whatever the task is going on into the company, that will be controlled, managed and direct by the directors. Now we will see what are the rules and as per the Companies Act or the Directors Act, and on which basis the director should be appointed. So the first one is only an individual can be appointed as a director, means any body corporate, any association, any firm cannot be appointed as a director of the company. Minimum number of member of directors. So minimum number of directors in case of public company is 3, in case of private company it is 2, and one person company it's 1. Maximum number of directors up to 15, means minimum is this limit but the maximum limit is 15 director can be appointed in a company. But if the company further required more director, they want to appoint more director beyond the 15 director, for that they should pass a special decision, special resolution. Fourth one is prescribed class of company, means specific class of the company shall have at least one woman director. So out of all the directors, one woman director should be there for the prescribed class of companies. there must be at least one director who stayed in India at least for 182 days. Okay, so there must be at least how many director? One director who stayed in India, who should be the permanent resident in India at least for 182 days during the financial year. During that financial year requires more than 15. It should pass a special resolution. Okay, it's a mistake. Every listed public company should have 1/3 of the board as an independent director. What do you mean by the independent director? So independent director are the director who works for the company only, they does not work for another company. So 1/3 should be independent director. A person is allowed to hold the directorship of maximum how many years? For how many companies? 20 companies. And at the same time, and Act also state that the maximum number of public company in which a person can be direct is a 10. So in case of private company, maximum company they work for 20, and in case of public company they can work for 10 companies only. Now let's understand the types of director. We saw who is a director, we saw what is the rule for the appointment for the director. Now we will understand how many types of directors are there. Student, this is very easy. First director, rotational director, additional director, alternate director, woman director, nominee director, executive, non-executive, independent and small shareholders directors. So let's see it in detail. First director, the name itself suggests the first director is appointed at the initial stage of the company, means at the time of incorporation, by the promoters. So they are appointed by the promoters of the company at the time of incorporation of the company. They remain in the office till the first annual general meeting. Till the first annual general meeting, this person will be acting as a director, and after that the director will be decided for the next financial year. Next is rotational directors. So who is a rotational? Rotation means alternate basis. Okay, so this indicate those directors who are liable for retirement by turn or rotation. They are eligible for the reappointment. For the the person who will fall under the group of rotational director, after the completion of the directorship, he can be reappointed as a director, but he has to get retired when his turn will come. So it is known as a retirement by rotation. Next is additional director. Now the word suggests additional means the already whatever the directors are there in the company, one more or two more directors are appointed for the special case. So power and rights of additional director are on the par with the other directors. So they are having the power like the same of the other director, but the additional director is appointed by the board as authorized by the articles. When it is permitted by the rule book, articles of association, then only the additional director can be appointed as and when it is needed. Additional director hold office till the next annual general meeting. Alternate director means we can say the proxy director in place of one director. If he is absent for some case, for few months or a year, he cannot act due to the physical disability or any incident. So on his place the alternate director will be kept. So it means the director who is nominated by the board to act in the place of director in his absence. Okay, so this appointment cannot be for less than 3 months, and this appointment should be minimum for 3 months. Next is woman director. Next type of director is a woman director, and we have understood in the last question that specified class of the company should have the woman directors. So the following class of the company are required to appoint at least one woman director on their board. Every listed company should appoint one woman director. Every public company which has paid up share capital of 100 crores or more, and the turnover 300 crores or more. So this is the specified class for which one woman director should be there. Nominee director. This person is nominated on the board by the major and dominant shareholder, like a financial institution, to represent and safeguard its interests. So nominee director is appointed by the shareholder and other institution to protect the interest of existing directors. So they are given the different name, that is nominee directors. Next is a executive directors. So this category can be also called as a whole-time director, means they are working whole time for the company only. They are in the full-time employment with the company. They play a big role in the day-to-day management of the company, and for all practical purposes they are given managerial responsibilities, suitable titles like marketing director, finance director. So whatever the department is given to that whole-time executive director, they will perform their tasks on a full-time employment basis. Next is the opposite of this one. Non-executive director is not like an executive director. So non-executive director is labeled as outside director. They come for a specific act, they perform that act, and they went and they goes. So the idea behind this appointment is to get the independent idea, perspective, second opinion, and alternate voice to the board. And this category is not involved in the day-to-day management of the company. Now you have learned in the provision that 1/3 director should be independent director. So who are the independent director? Let's see. Under section 149, any director other than the managing director, whole-time director or nominee director is independent director. Means the director who is not a managing director, who is not a whole-time, other than means who is not whole-time director or not a nominee director, they will be considered as a independent directors. So student, you might have understood, or you might have been taught by me earlier, that every director should obtain the director identification number. Like when the employee get employed in any company, they get the employee ID. As a student, you get the student ID, and as a teacher we get the teacher ID, and as a citizen of India we get the PAN number, Aadhaar card number. Like the director also have their own number, identification number. So what is DIN? It means the director identification number. DIN is a unique identification number. It is very unique. It will not be similar to any other director's number. And intending to be the director of the company, it is compulsory to acquire the DIN by every director. Means every director should have the DIN. Only a single DIN is needed by an individual irrespective of number of directors held by him. Only single identification number will be given to him, no matter in how many company he is working as a director. On the registration of a person as a director of a company, DIN should not be cancelled. Okay, so once the registration of a person is as a director of the company, its director identification number cannot be or should not be cancelled. DIN is obtained through an online process by filling an application which include the photograph, proof of resident, and duly attested by a notary, gazette officer, or company secretary, etc. Means the document should be attested by the government notary or gazette officer or the company secretary. So DIN is a prerequisite for e-filing company document. So filing any company document, the director should get their director identification number. So every document authorized by the director should mention his DIN along with the name. So in every document which is authorized by the director, he should write his name with his director identification number. Next student, we will see who are the key managerial personnel. As we saw that flow chart on the first PPT, that shareholder will direct to the board of director, and board of director will direct to the managing director, and the managing director will direct to the other key managerial personnel. So the board of director of the company is assisted by the several managers or the key managerial personnel to make sure the efficient means very clear and complete and effective management and administration of the company. They need to work under the superintendent control of the board. So key manager personnel will be working under the control of the board. So here we can see who are the key managerial personnel: whole-time director, chief financial CFO, manager, company secretary, any other officer may be specified, CEO, chief executive director, managing director. So those directors who work on a top level basis, top management personnel, will be known as a key managerial personnel. So out of that, now we will see in detail about the managing director as per under section 2 subsection 54. Director means who by virtue of articles, means by the rule book of the company or the agreement with the company or by any resolution passed in the general meeting or by the board, is entrusted, is given with the substantial power, maximum power of the management of the affairs of the company. Appointment of the managing director. So the appointment can be made by an agreement. Okay, there are the few ways of the appointment. First is an agreement, second is a resolution in the general meeting or the resolution of the board meeting or clause of the articles of association. By any of these mode, out of one mode, the managing director can be appointed, and the act states that a managing director be appointed by the board of directors. Terms and conditions of the appointment and remuneration should be approved by the board of director only at its meeting, their meeting, and this appointment is subject to the approval or resolution at the next general meeting. It should be approved by the shareholder in the general meeting. For how many years or terms of appointment of managing director? It is for 5 years. And when a person will be disqualified or will be eliminated from the post of managing director, if any person is less than the year of 20 years of age and more than the 70 years of age, he cannot perform as a managing director. Any person who is authorized insolvent, means he is an insolvent, not a bankrupt, he is insolvent person, or at any time adjudged as an insolvent, or any time when he will be declared insolvent, he will be acting as a managing director. Any person who has suspended payment to his creditors, any managing director who has postponed or cancelled the payment of the creditor at any time or made compromise with them or have told them to compromise their money, so that person will be disqualified from the post of managing director. Any person who has been convicted, who has been found guilty as a criminal by the court of law for the offense or the crime with a sentence of more than 6 months period, if that person got the imprisonment or the custody in the court of law more than 6 months, that person cannot perform the post as a post of managing director in any company. Next, we will see the chief financial CFO, chief financial officers. So chief financial officer of the company who is responsible for the company finances, company's money. So all the matter related to finance or the money of the capital will be looked after by the chief financial officer. So this extends the financial planning. What they do the financial planning, management, financial risk, record keeping and financial reporting. CFO helps in analyzing and recognizing company's strength and weakness. They analyze, they do the observation, and they decide the company's strength, strongness and weakness in respect of finance. and this lead to take the timely and corrective action. So due to their observation, company can take the timely action and correct action in respect of the finance of the company. And the CFO is responsible for presenting and reporting the accurate and timely financial information. So they are responsible for presenting and reporting the correct, means accurate, timely financial, means money related information of the company. Input by the CFO makes the basis of the board report. So whatever the information is given to the chief financial officer makes the basis of the board's reports. So CFO is appointed as a regular employee in the role of the company. He is a regular employee, full-time employee appointed by the company, or on the contractual basis for a certain period of time, say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So CFO need not be the director of the company. It is not required. If the person want to be a CFO, he should be the director of the company. Any individual can be a CFO of a company. CFO is compulsorily required to sign and audit the financial statement of the company every year. So students, I have covered all the important questions from the chapter number 6. Rest all questions are deleted from your this year syllabus. So please, if you have not completed the notes for this chapter, complete it and start reading for this chapter. Meet you in the next video lecture very soon. Thank you.